Welcome Tylenol, welcome to my channel, Mighty Sawdust. I'm your host, Darius. Today, you'll see me creating my album, and hopefully you will check out the fellow YouTubers that are being listed over here. In the description, I will have each of their links to their sites where you can actually watch their video and their creations of a classic rock album, part of the Makersrock collaboration this year for 2022. So, without further ado, let's get going with my project. All right, so here it is. This is what I'm going to be creating is obviously the album cover. So my thought process is of like, okay, how to create it. Well, obviously it's going to be pretty much a 12 by 12 square box. I'm going to have LED lights to kind of get that effect that it's glowing like in the album cover. And to do so, I figure what better way is to get some plexiglass. So I am unboxing what I ordered. So it's like Christmas again. So here I am unboxing my first purchase for this project. It's the white cover. Okay, so I got these off of Amazon. They were a 2-pack. I'll have the link in my description for this specific one if you ever want to recreate your own album or any need for acrylic. So that's my first purchase. So next step was by getting my frosted glass to spray onto the plexiglass to kind of get that frosty look like I'm trying to recreate with the album. Also, I will add in the description my previous video of the deals I found for basically painting needs. Obviously I'm doing some painting here and I picked up one of these things at my local Sam's Club. The prices are not that bad for all these little art skills products, ranging between pretty much $7 to like about $15, $20 for a variety of items. Paint brushes. And they also have one of these foam pad things, brushes, a 48 pack. $7.98, can't beat that. So check that link out after this video and let's continue. Okay, so yeah, as a cover, nothing sounds better than peeling off these plastics off the phones, out of acrylic. So here we go. Well, that was a fail. Take 2. So this is what we're going to use. Shake for 2 minutes. Definitely some protection, just in case. So here I'm basically getting these 2 strips of my wood prepped for the rabbet joints here. The easiest way was just using the long strips, make 1 pass on each, readjust the fence, saw again, and then I have the little rabbet joint. And that was pretty simple. So basically, when you're doing the box, you basically have to measure here to get your actual measurement of what you're inserting. So in my case, actually before I do that, I'm going to cut the groove for where the plexiglass should be. So let me get that first, and then we'll go back to the saw. Okay, now we're back. And as you can see, what I've got now, this is the groove for the actual plexiglass. And then this is the pressure rabbet cut for the plywood that's going to go on top of this. And that's actually the bottom of the box. So now I got to measure from the corner of the insert here and make the measurement of what the plexiglass is, which is basically 12 inches. So once I measure 12 inches from here, that's where I make the cut. Need a lot of pencils. I like it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, I had a feeling I was going to make this mistake. When I measured, I didn't count for which side I should have been actually cutting it. So I actually ended up cutting it too short. So one way of going around it is cut the original pieces down a little bit shorter and then basically trim the actual plexiglass. That's going to be the quick fix. So I'm going to work on that. All right, so ended up cutting the other original two a little bit shorter. Since I don't have any, I don't want to go through any more of my stock wood, I just made it a little bit shorter. So the only thing I'm going to do is basically cut my plexiglass shorter.
What's this?
It's an art project.
Okay, I like it. Picasso.
Okay, so it's the next day. I went ahead and kind of fixed my piece because as I was cutting the little groove, basically a slot so I can basically fit in my plexiglass. If anytime I had to replace the battery for the LED lights, well, obviously I've got to be able to get it out without dismantling the whole box. So my idea was doing a little slot. As I was doing it, the first initial cut worked out fine. I was going to just trim it. But then when I readjusted the fence to make the groove a little bit wider, it snapped at the one section of it. So I was like, there goes that idea. So I had to kind of pretty much fix it. So what I ended up doing was glued a little piece on each end to give it the depth that I needed. And then one extra strip on top of that. Once that kind of glued, I used my miter saw and recut that. Well, originally when I put the little pieces, I used this little saw, hand saw, trimmed it. And then when I put the actual long piece on, I gently basically cut the 45-degree angle on there. So we're pretty much ready to go. As you can see, I got the groove there. Now this is gonna be painted, so a little touch up, wood filler, a little sanding, and then I'm gonna paint it and we'll be good to go. So now it's time for the glue up. So here I'm just gonna basically use the glue and tape method along with using the Bessie clamps, just so it's really secure and there won't be any issues later on. So I got the first couple sides, make sure I'm gluing it the correct way, correct side. And it would defeat the whole purpose if I glued it the other way around, then I can't fit the backing or slide the piece in. All right. Also helps to hit actual record. So I'm putting the LED lights. Originally I was thinking of going around the border, but come to think of it, I think I'm gonna have to just focus on the center based on how the album looks and how this is turning out. So get a quick little sample. See, it's kind of focused in that center. That's my goal. And granted, I still have the plastic on, so it should come out a little bit better. You would think they would have this a little longer. One disadvantage of being 6 foot 6.5 is these big old hands. Tiny little battery. Well, I'm gonna first check to see if these batteries are not good. If not, I'm gonna have to send another one.
24 hours later.
Well, after troubleshooting, changing the battery from one side to the other side to make sure there wasn't anything wrong with this, ended up being the batteries. So, quick swap out of the batteries. So I got some of this reflective tape. I'm gonna add that to the base. I'm gonna try to see if I can kind of angle it to get a little bit more of a brighter surface in the middle. And the final version with the lights actually on. So there you go. My album, the actual album. Pretty close, huh? I liked it. It was fun. It was a learning process. A few little hiccups here and there, but figured it out. Made the little adjustments where I had to, and it all came out better than expected. So there you have it. There's my album. Hopefully you'll check the other makers that are participating in this collaboration, part of the Makersrock. So that was my album. Here's what it turned out. So leave comments to be eligible for this actual album. It'll be shipped out to you, the winner. And everybody else's that you watch, same thing. And until then, hopefully you've subscribed, hit the like, and hit the notification bell for the next video. So until then, I'm gonna just go make something else later.